Hurricane Sandy is such an unusual storm, a once-in-a-generation event.
I saw boats sitting on the rooftops of houses, cars that were flipped, laying on their hood or carried for several blocks. I'm looking at neighborhoods that are like war zones.
We have buildings here that look like they were bombed out. There's so much devastation here.
The house next door to my apartment is lifted off of the foundation and moved.
Hundreds and hundreds of homes just devastated.
So many families are devastated, lost all their property. It's just something you never even imagine.
A week ago, that was the football in someone's hands, that was the bicycles, that was everything else that you could imagine that a family would have in a community. And now it's just piled up and is going to a dump.
My family and I, as well as our church, we're on the middle of the island on the North Shore, and we lost power for about 4 days. We had trees down all over the place. There's still people in our neighborhood without power.
We are ground zero here in Midland Beach, Staten Island. Our whole church was flooded. The downstairs area, we lost all property, all contents.
This storm is monster-sized. Clouds stretching over 2,000 miles. Tropical storm force winds more than 1,000 miles.
A lot of people underestimated it or just thought, you know, it'd be another storm and then we'd recover quickly, but it hasn't been that at all. It lived up to everything they said it was going to be and more.
This storm is going to be destructive, historic, and unfortunately life-threatening.
When they thought the storm was going to come in, they said, "Oh, we'll check and see how it's going." 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, everything's okay, and everybody thought it was good. Then at 8:30, the mini tsunami came in, you know, and all of a sudden everybody panicked and they ran out the streets. That's why so many died, because when they hit the streets when the wave was coming, it was just too much. It was too powerful.
You watch it on TV, you see it unfold in other areas around the world, and you're sort of, I guess you're kind of, you don't really know the impact of it until it happens literally in your own backyard.
Instead of coming in and waiting for the second phase of a crisis, the blessing of Mercury One and the partnerships here and working with us at Somebody Cares America and our partners has that we've been able to move quicker and not have to wait on the other parts of the process to start.
Everybody's looking out for one another, and there's this outpouring of support and everything, and it's just been beautiful. You know, it's a real dark time, and yet in that time the church gets to shine the brightest.
Right here in Staten Island, you have 40 different churches working together. They're feeding. They have ministries working together, bringing procurement of goods and resources and food. Others are bringing coats and blankets. And it's just great to see people putting aside their personal preferences for the sake of meeting the needs of the community.
We sent people in, and they've been amazing. There's been teams coming from all the country, Pennsylvania, Maryland, seriously, yeah, everywhere.
We drove in with one of our large barbecue pits just to cook hot meals and just try to share some encouragement with the people.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime for anybody to really show the love of Christ, which is what we want to do. We're here for such a time as this. That's what we believe firmly.
But there's so many great heroes and so many champions in our communities that are right there, everyday heroes that we need to encourage, and that's what Mercury One is doing, and that's what Glenn Beck's doing, and working in partnerships with organizations like us and others to really come alongside, empower and encourage and equip. And I really think by holding the arms up of those kinds of champions, we're going to see hope for America in a better way.